What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unknown Codage channel. Doing a couple frames here. This first quad frame that I'm doing, I'm actually just showing it to you guys because I think people need to take the opportunity to tell their customers no sometimes. And I understand that might be a little bit off-putting, I guess, to start at the beginning of a video. But the issue that I run into occasionally with customers is a customer comes in with an idea for a color and it's a terrible idea. And not just because I like wild stuff or anything of that nature. This particular customer wanted to do just a gloss, like fire engine red type color, and then do a flat clear over top of it. Now, if you are a powder coater and you have done something similar to this, you know what this looks like. You know what the end result is. It's definitely I guess kind of a salmon looking finish. It never looks red. It almost has like a pink hue to it all the time, and not in an attractive way. I'm a dude that would definitely do random pink stuff on parts, but this is not a good looking pink. Like I said, it's more of a salmon type color. And I think people need to, coders as a whole need to take the opportunity to guide customers through the powder coating process as best they can. Because I think a lot of us as coders understand color better than a traditional customer. I'm not saying there's not customers out there who don't deal with color or have a good understanding of color, but dealing with it every single day, you definitely understand how colors can play off of each other and what finishes end up looking good versus end up looking, what I will say is bad. Now, you're not going to get around the people who just want what they want, and that's fine. I didn't have the opportunity to talk to this particular customer about this finish with this color. If that were the case, I definitely would have sold them on a completely different, or tried to sell them on a completely different color. Obviously, like I said, you're going to have your stubborn customers. This one in particular, I believe, was Cardinal, I want to say is RDO 3, which is just a standard, run-of-the-mill gloss red. Spraying it here, obviously, with the Optiflex Pro. Thing works like a champ. I have been seeing some comments lately about the whole gun shaking thing, and I don't think I've ever officially addressed it, so I guess I could just do it now. Uh, I shake the gun on certain parts, I guess, certain things that I'm spraying, because I think it helps get powder into tight corners, especially like metallics and things like that. I think it helps metallics lay a little bit better. That might just be me thinking that. I could be totally wrong. I will say that if I were to just spray, one of these frames that has all these intricate brackets and things of that nature and didn't shake it, what I find happens is in trying to get powder down into all those openings and little tight corners, you end up getting a lot of buildup on the edges leading into that. And shaking the gun stops those from happening, or at least in my opinion. If you want to learn more about powder coating or just enjoy powder coating content, I would love it if you guys hit the subscribe button. Only about 25% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, and we are chasing down the goal of 20,000, trying to get that before the end of June. So I would love it if you guys hit subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, share it with a friend who's into quads or powder coating or any of those type of things. But getting back to the whole, I guess shaking the gun, I just find that it works better overall on, getting stuff down into tight corners. Now, if this was like a big open part or like a full face wheel or, sheet metal, like flat panels, even boxes, things of that nature, doing a little shake thing, I don't think helps. In fact, it's probably more of a risk because admittedly, shaking the gun can tend to, if you get buildup on the tip, can tend to knock that loose a little bit easier. I'm pretty conscious of that. I don't do that much. I also, I don't know if you've seen it in my videos, but I'll tap the gun on my leg or on like the rack or something and then pull the trigger to make sure I blow off any buildup that might have come loose in that process. I actually just begun working on a spray technique video for different applications, doing different types of jobs. This is once again just going to be like a personal opinion thing, like most of the stuff on this channel. But I got kind of random questions about, what's the best way to spray part X, how do I approach this job? I get a lot of messages with stuff like that, at least. And I figured putting together a video that shows, it's not going to show every part, obviously, but it's going to have like a basic breakdown and It'll also cover different types of powder, whether it be solid tones, metallics, pearls, candies, illusions, because they are going to affect a little bit the way that you end up spraying things. Getting this thing in the oven, got it flowed out, and we're going to do a second coat on it. Once again, sometimes I do second coat, sometimes I don't of the color. This particular color, if you have any spots that are a little bit thin, which you might have on like edges and stuff in this situation, it tends to have like a strange brown to it. And knowing that I was going to be doing, the flat clear over top, if it was going to have those brown edges, brown spots, it was going to look even worse. Hard to believe it will actually look worse than when this is done, because right here it looks pretty good. If you wanted just a red quad frame, this is definitely the move. Looked absolutely beautiful when it came out of the oven. Unfortunately, as stated at the beginning of this video, the customer wanted it to be flat. So I'm going to end up going to Prismatic's Flat Clear, which is not actually one of the clears that I tend to use. I use Casper, which I guess is maybe more of like a satin-ish clear, maybe a matte clear. And then I use ClO2 a lot from Cardinal, which is a satin clear. But the process for this is still the same. Put it on just like any other clear. This one actually does tend to lay pretty well. I mean, Casper Clear does great. I don't really love ClO2, but as a satin clear, I haven't found anything that I like better. This flat clear does lay really nice. It sprays really nice. Don't have to work to get it into any like corners or anything. It tends to go into everywhere you need it to. The downside is it doesn't matter how well this powder sprays, because ultimately it looks like this. Now, some of you might like this. I'm not going to say that people wouldn't enjoy this color setup, but I thought it was absolutely horrendous. It kind of has like that tomato soup. I don't know. I don't even know the right way to describe it. Just everything about it was terrible. It just had this kind of like orangish pink hue to it. And, the customer loved it, which I guess ultimately that's who's paying for it. So that's what matters. I just think if you have the opportunity, you should try to talk them into something else.
But wait, there's more!
So in an effort to cleanse the palette, I had another quad frame and only a limited amount of footage from it. And this one is one where the customer came in and told me a paint coat, or actually a paint color from a Nissan, is actually from a Skyline, and said, I want something as close as I can get to this. So I believe they were actually looking for Midnight Purple 2, which was like a Skyline or maybe a Skyline GTR color. And we went through the process quite a bit, trying to find something close, something suitable, because if you know that color at all, it's actually kind of a chameleon-ish color, or has a color change effect, I should say, to some degree. And we ended up finding this one. I don't remember the name of this color. I actually am going to look it up and see if I could find it, and I will put it in the video if I do. But this was a customer who came in, had a rough idea of what they wanted as far as a color goes. And then we just walked them through the process. We took them through the process, said, look, Prismatic has their 6,000 or 6,500 or, 10 billion colors, whatever it is now. That's actually kind of a running joke around the shop, is that Prismatic constantly comes out with new colors, but then their 6,500 colors has said the same thing for like 10 or 15 years. So anyway, we ran this through the oven, got it flowed out, and then we were throwing Tiger's Bango Clear. Once again, this is absolutely the top of the line, best clear that there is for gloss, or for a high gloss clear. Nothing even comes close in my opinion. And I've tried a bunch, including the super durable clear and some of the other ones that Tiger offers. And honestly, the super durable clear, like most super durable powders, just doesn't look that good to me. If you want to find out why, check out the UKC Army Facebook group. I go into some detail about it there. But this frame came out much better than that flat red hideous one that we had done. This color is absolutely gorgeous. It does have kind of a color change effect. It's got a cool metallic flake to it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.